This video is on the Social Analyzer. The Social Analyzer is, in fact, my favorite widget in the entire thing. I think it's just got a cool factor all over it. Maybe the Maps is a little bit cooler. I don't know. It's a cool widget. I'm going to explain in this video what it is, and I'm going to go over the features of it. There's actually not a heck of a lot really to say about it. It's more a visual widget. Let me take you through what I mean by this. So first of all, let me log into a case that's got evidence that will really show this thing off. So the Social Analyzer by nature is meant to show the connection between communications, emails, chats, SMS, whatever those communications are. It's meant to draw the interactions between them. So let's open up our grid, and let's open up the Social Analyzer. And let's just look at SMS for now. So we've got some SMSs there, so good, that's been pulled in. Let's go ahead and close this. And boom, the Social Analyzer has rendered. And right now you say, what are these three numbers? 184. This is the first three numbers of telephone numbers. You can expand them out and see the entire telephone number. But as you can see, it gets a little bit messy. And we're only looking at 100 SMSs here. If we expanded the grid out more meaningfully and look at 1,000, you can see why it's important to have the abbreviation capability. So what is this showing me? The arrow shows me the direction in which the communication went. And forgive that it says email. It really just means communication. If I hover on any bullet or on any dot, it will tell me, hey, this is the telephone number. This is the phone number that sent it. It hasn't received any. And you can see by dot size which ones have had the most activity. And by thickness of line, which lines have the most activity. And you can move stuff around to make the chart a little bit better. Now, when I clicked on that, what you saw was this all the communication pop up in a timeline-based view, sort of the back and forth from that node. And you have the time, you have the from, and it was to the iPhone. In this case, it was from this number to the iPhone. And this is when it took place, and this is what they sent. And then the iPhone replied back, and then, back and forth any way you get it. The other cool thing you can do here is you can hide certain, like in this case, it's not that critical of an issue because there aren't a heck of a lot of dots. But if you had 1,000 communications, and this was like pea soup, for example, meaning in terms of overwhelming number of communications, you can limit it. So you can remove stuff that you don't want to see. So let's say we only want to see stuff from this guy, and we don't want to see any of that stuff. So now, look, we're just seeing stuff from this guy. Or you could add, and I want to see communications that are to this guy. And the stuff will show up highlighted based on what you've selected in these different things. So anyway, you can move around. If you have email, it's not as interesting right now. We only have SMS messages. But if you have lots of different types of messages, you can have SMS, MMS, call, chats, emails. You can select, listen, I only want the SMS to be highlighted. And so if you remove that, now nothing's highlighted, but now I want the SMS highlighted. Boom, those are the SMS communications. Lastly, you can play through everything. If you just want to chronologically walk through stuff, you can click this, and it will walk through each communication as it happened. Let's speed it up a little bit. And you get to see, oh, okay, that's where I want to be, whatever. And then you can stop it. And this is really more for investigative purposes, less perhaps for legal purposes. But it's pretty powerful from an investigative context. All right, let me show you a few other important things about this, how it interacts with the, how it interacts with the grid. You can see right now it is highlighting the one message we have here. Let's go ahead and clear that. Now it's highlighting everything. And whatever we select is what will get thrown here in the grid. And if we select individual messages, it'll get thrown here in the grid. Same as all the other widgets work, same exact way, but you can see it helps you to navigate through the messages and find out what is in fact going on. So a cool widget, I think it really helps you view chats, emails, these type of communications where it's really back and forth with a party or a group of parties. But other than that, it's relatively simple, I think, straightforward to use. There are these controls down here. You can move stuff around by grabbing it and pulling it. You can move dots by grabbing them and pulling them. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can resize it, stretch it to the full size. So that's it. It's a pretty self-explanatory widget, but I think it's super fun, frankly. So anyway, hopefully you get good value out of it.